Now we're going to go to the sweet crepes. The first sweet crepe we're going to do is a raspberry cottage cheese peanut butter cookie crepe. Yes, you're going to like this. This is really fun. This is really quick. This is some techniques you'll use over and over again. First, we're going to turn our fire on, and we're going to put our raspberry jelly on the fire. Let that melt down. Low heat. We don't get this too hot because it'll burn. There you go. Low heat. The jelly will melt into a liquid. Right now it's a solid because it's room temperature. Let it melt down. Then we'll add this to the cottage cheese. Incredible flavor. The reason we're melting it down is just so it mixes easier. You're going to love this. And it doesn't have to be raspberry jelly. Obviously, you can use any jelly you want to. Doesn't take long. Jelly's done. Pour it into the pan. Into the cottage cheese. Let's give it a mix. There it is. Give it a mix. The crepes were heated up at room temperature. They were put on a pan so they're soft and they're pliable. These were made yesterday and they get hard in the refrigerator, but throw them in a pan, throw them in an oven, warm them up. Do not throw them in a microwave. If you put them in a microwave, they'll become real rubbery and they won't be good. All right, very simple. We're going to take our cottage cheese and raspberry jam mixture. You don't want to put too much. Mix that up in there. Fold it over. We're going to put it into a casserole dish, like so. We're going to crumble some peanut butter cookie over it for a little texture. And add some powdered sugar. Not too much, just enough there. I think that's enough. There's our first cottage cheese, raspberry, peanut butter cookie crepe. You're gonna like this. We'll come back at the end of the video and we'll try all three of these. Now we're moving on to crepe number 2. This is gonna be a Nutella, whipped cream, cream cheese, pistachio topped crepe. One of the most popular crepes there is in France. Very easy, very good. Let me show you a few things about this. I'm gonna move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing a little closer. And let's go. All right, we're gonna start with our Nutella. We have our cream cheese here. We have our whipped cream and actually a fluff in our mixture. We're gonna mix this together. Flufferer goes in first. Boy, is it thick and gooey. This is some good stuff. Everybody's kids love this. Mix this up. This is gonna be a totally cold crepe. There's no heat to this. In fact, if you like to, you can even take this and freeze it. Still be good. Then we're gonna add the cream cheese to that. Mix that in there. What kind of recipe do you guys like? Do you make crepes? What kind of flavorings do you want? Let me know in the comment section. All right, the crepe here has been warmed up, so it's pliable, easy to get around. We're going to put this in the middle. You don't want to fill it too much. Just want to get it in there. Who doesn't love Nutella and cream cheese? Enough. Roll this over. Place this inside casserole dish. Now we're going to put a little bit of whipped cream on there. Spread it out. Make it good. Don't skimp on it. And then for the piece of resistance, as they say in France, we're going to add some pistachio nuts. You can add any kind of nuts you want to. Or if you're allergic to nuts, obviously you don't add nuts. It's a good topping, it's a good garnish. Bear with me while I do this. Let me cut the camera and I'll come back. Pistachios are shelled. Take a meat mallet, back of a pan, crush these down. You don't want to cut these up with a knife because you'll get a different consistency out of them. Just crush them up. And stick them on the... Pull your crepe back up here. Wipe this off. When you put these on, going with your fingers so you have more control over them. You don't want to just dump the pot over. They'll go everywhere. You could take a little mint leaf, put it in there, add a cherry to it, add a piece of grape, whatever. And that is our Nutella cream cheese whipped cream pistachio topped crepe. Like I said, you can eat this at room temperature or you can even freeze this as a frozen dessert. These are great. We'll come back and try this at the end of the film. For crepe number 3, we're going to do what everybody's most terrified of and what everybody thinks of when someone says crepes. We're going to do the crepe Suzette. This is an elegant, this is a classic. It's not as hard as you think it is. Let me show you how it's done. We're going to start off with 1 orange. We've grated the peels to save time over here. There's the orange peels. We're going to cut the orange and get the juice out. Very important. This is an orange, orange, orange. Great flavor, great item, definitely a classic. We're going to do enough for 1 person here. Okay, squeezed our orange. We're going to squeeze a little more out. This is a very elegant item. I've seen this messed up a lot of ways, but it's very easy. Take your time. Don't be afraid. Do it right. Okay. We're going to use Grand Marnier, a classic. We're going to use orange marmalade, butter, our orange juice you've already seen. That's pretty much it. Let's turn the fire on and get going. Turn the fire on to a low heat, low to medium. And first we're going to add orange juice. Make sure there's no seeds, everything's been pushed out of there. We're going to add our orange peel. Get the flavor going up in there. And then we're going to add, I'm going to cheat, not usually done, sometimes, orange marmalade. This kicks it up a notch, gives you a much more pronounced flavor. You're going to love this. You want to use real whole butter. No margarine, nothing else. Don't cheat on this one. Fire goes up a little more. Basically, everything comes together very quick. You don't want to rush this. You don't want to panic this. You want to bring this down to reduction. You're not adding any thickener, any flour, cornstarch, or anything else. Take your time. Let the science and the heat do its job. It's where most people screw up when they're cooking. They get into a hurry. They get panicked. Take your time. Relax. Enjoy this. This should be fun. Coming to a boil, we're going to let this reduce down to about half, where it's a good thick consistency. To thicken any liquid, if you have the time and the patience, you set it to a boil. As it boils, the water comes out in steam, which makes what's left thick. Gives you a good, thick sauce. And the more you let it boil, the more it'll thicken up there. Eventually it'll become to the point where it burns. Believe it or not. Just take our crepe and we're going to cut this into pieces. Normally take crepe and you fold it. This one we're going to fold over twice. Then we're going to set it in the orange mixture. Going to push that around. Let that get good and flavorful. I've done this where I've used almonds for a topping. We're not going to do it this time. Just let it sit. Take your time. Let it coast in there. Flip it over. And you can see how this is starting to thin out there and the sauce is getting thicker and thicker. That's good. That's what you want. Let it go. As these crepes soak up the sauce, they get more and more flavorful. Oh my gosh. This is getting perfect. Look how thick it is now. Wonderful. Now we're going to turn the fire off for a second. And we're going to transfer this to a casserole dish. Line them up, get them nice and pretty in there. Now comes the fun part. We're going to add ground onion and flambe this. There's your flambe. Don't get nervous. Let the fire burn down. Fire's off. This goes on the finished crepes. And then as your crepes is it. We're going to garnish with a little more orange peels and we'll come back. This video, third video, how to make sweet crepes. We're going to try these guys. These are going to be good. My wife tried one and she almost took it away from me before I finished shooting this shot. Anyway, let's get these things going. The first crepe we're going to try is a raspberry cottage cheese with peanut butter topping. Very first one, very easy, very basic, very quick. Let's try this. That's good. The cottage cheese, the raspberry jelly come together. The peanut butter cookie on the topping adds a great note to it. You can use any kind of jelly, any kind of topping you want to. That's what I chose. Very good. Next one. This is going to be the Nutella cream cheese, whipped cream with pistachio topping. This one you can serve room temperature or you can even freeze it. Try this one. The uniqueness of Nutella adds a great flavor. I like it. It's wonderful. The very last one is the crepe Suzette. You saw us flambe this thing. People are terrified of this. It's not that difficult, trust me. A lot of people, they'll add mint for a garnish, or they'll add almonds on there, or they'll add dollop of whipped cream. We're going to do it plain like it is. We add a little more peel on there for our garnish to make it look better. The sauce is great. Let's try this, if I can get a hold of it. The sauce with the butter adds a rich, deep flavor. Orange flavor everywhere. The sauce is great. Second bite, very good. There you have it. You can make all these. This wasn't hard. This wasn't difficult. Try these. If you do, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. And we'll see you next time on Real Food, Spend Less. Bye.